Guys, we are back. I have to say, this has to be some of the most exciting competition of the games. The back and forth, and we'll get into the leaderboard here in a second, but no one is out of it. Nope. I mean, obviously the ones in the back are, but there are a lot of athletes who have a shot at making the podium. Now, the top spot, maybe not, but yeah, this is shaping up to be a very, very exciting weekend. So we were watching the live stream. I'm sure a lot of you are watching the live stream. I don't know if you guys caught this. So we'll take a look here. So if you saw when Ellie Turner finished her sandbag squats and jumped onto the stand there to cross the line and was going back to finish or to sign her card, she voices to her judge that she can't get down there. I have a bad back, and you can kind of see her voice that right here. I have a bad back. And so she does, as she walks away, you definitely see that she has kinesio tape on her back. She is definitely in some pain. Those last 5 squats looked super painful. Maybe why she's kind of where she is, right?
Could be.
So that's kind of disappointing to be able to see her not in her top shape. Obviously we expect her to be doing great in squat events, and while she did do well, she's obviously not at 100% if she's not able to bend over and sign a scorecard there. So very, very, very sad to see that. As for the leaderboard, on top of the ski bag, Colton once again calls his shot. Freaking awesome. Freaking awesome. There he is. Mr. Young, thanks for joining. Oh, no.
He's speechless.
What's up, John? You hear us, John? Oh, man. Nope. He does not hear us. So Colton Mertens calls his shot, ends up taking the event win. I have to imagine that the Coliseum was just crazy. Like, as much as last night, Caleb and Tyler said that the Coliseum was rocking, this actually translated to the live stream.
Mm-hmm.
How was it for you, John? I assume you were in the Coliseum? Nope. He is.
We have a comment about it. Maybe he's still frozen from the cold plunge.
Yeah.
Could be.
Let me message him here.
Well, Colton did exactly what he had to do. He separated himself on the squats like we talked about that he would. Shorter range of motion makes sense. But then you saw him get on that second ski, and he just ripped the handles off that thing, man. He had to. He had to keep that distance, but it was awesome.
Yeah, you watched Mort's Feibig. He was going through pretty fast. And what you saw was that it didn't matter how fast you were on the ski. Like, that was completely irrelevant.
Yep.
It was all about the squats, and Colton paced that perfectly. I think they definitely could see what Sam Quant did and realize you don't have to go out hard on the ski. It's about, can you go unbroken on the squats and keep a good pace on it? And Colton could do that. Medeiros, he got a 3rd place. So he is working his way back up the leaderboard. Yella Hoste, Bronislaw, Patrick Vellner, Chandler Smith.
Yeah.
If you see that, he is in 2nd place, guys. Second place, 7 points ahead of Jeff Adler. Chris Peacock, Colton had 5 feet shorter of a distance to travel down. Dude, that guy's cycle rate is perfect for this type of workout. Obviously, you have to be super strong, but once he is, like, yeah, he was great.
Well, he said in the post interview, he said he's the best squatter in the game, so he called it.
Yeah, no, that post interview was great. It was great. Working our way down, Roman Krennikov. He did come out a little bit more pace, which was good to see. I think that definitely helped him. Our boy Jake Douglas finally got an event there.
Roman, I don't know if you caught this on the broadcast, but he seemed rather confused, like the second half of that workout, just in terms of like where he needed to be standing for the squats. And I'm not saying it would have improved his positioning that much, but it certainly cost him a little bit of time. He was kind of standing around, walking around a little bit, trying to figure it out. So,
yeah, I think I saw some people in the chat talking about Medeiros and I think somebody else in the same heat both did not move to that very last box and squatted. I noticed that the judges after that were being a lot better at getting their athletes to move up to the right spot. How much of an advantage do you think that is to not go up the extra 5 feet? I mean, you're still traveling the same distance, but you're traveling it without a sandbag versus with.
Yeah, you're 7-10 feet, whatever it is, without a sandbag. And if you look at the separation between Medeiros and Vellner, you're 4 seconds. Vellner progressed, Medeiros didn't hit his last 10 squats in the same position.
Yeah,
it just makes you wonder.
Yeah. Jenny Pye from Family Films. Is there a penalty for not being in the right box? I don't think they'll do it. I mean, the problem is that the judge needs to have them move forward in real time. Definitely, if I was another athlete, I would be protesting that and maybe filing some type of an appeal. I don't know what they would do about that. They have completed the work. If the judge is not telling them to move forward and they just continue to squat and they give them good reps, they're going to keep doing the good reps. So yeah, that was,
I think Vellner would have beat Medeiros on that. if it had been called.
Yeah. Working down the leaderboard, Jason Hopper finally with another better event. He's getting inside the top 30. So he has one more event he has to hang on. Brent Fikowski struggled a little bit on this one. Were you surprised seeing him down a little bit more than expected?
I thought he would. I mean, he's if we're talking distance to travel, which makes a big difference, right? I expected him to place a little bit lower relative to some of his better finishes, especially the two third place finishes he's had. But I was a little surprised that it was down in, what was it, 21st? Is that right? Something like that?
Yeah,
21st. Yeah, that seems a little low for him.
Yeah. This was definitely a high power output. I'm a little surprised he didn't make some ground up on the ski, but again, I mean, if you try to make up on the ski, I think he just blows you up.
Yeah.
And that's what you saw. You look through this and 28 guys finished. We'll see the women, definitely not the same story. We talked about this. We thought that the 125 was light for the women and 200 was probably perfect for the men. Do you agree with 200 was the right weight, but maybe 125 should have been, 100 at this point?
Do you think it's that, or do you think it's the ski?
It could be the ski. I guess it was the same number of calories. So that probably,
I would actually lean more toward it being the ski is the factor there. Just because, just the sheer amount of time that it takes to hit those 30 and 20 cals,
Yeah. Hang on. Sorry, guys. We've now seen 2 events in a row where the women have barely finished and the guys have not. All right, you got some better Wi-Fi there, John?
Yes, I do.
Awesome.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay.
Man, they're not giving media any good Wi-Fi, are they?
No, we tried to. We're good. We're good.
No.
Everything's fine. What are we talking about?
We were talking about how the men 28 finished and 4 women.
Yeah, I mean, and JR texted me a lot, and he was like, they should do less cows. I don't know why they're not doing less cows, and I agree with him, but I did not. I mean, testing must have went fine then. With the 125, we were all talking about how that was going to be not why that's so light, but and I don't know. I still don't know why it was not so heavy, but I guess I guess it is. I don't know. It wasn't heavy for Laura.
No, she crushed it.
Maybe everybody should just do more sandbag squats. I don't know. Laura didn't have a problem with it. The winner of the women's time was the same as the winner of the men's time, essentially. So that's on everybody else then.
Do you think the number of calories on the ski erg should have been adjusted versus the weight?
Yeah, yes, because the women were still squatting. It wasn't that much slower than the men. I think it was still relatively the same speed as far as the squats go. Again, Laura finished the same time as Colton did, and so the squats were hard, but I mean they were hard for the men too. A lot of men went really slow and broke it up a lot. So I think the ski cow should have been 25-15 and just given them like another minute. If you essentially that gives them another minute, right?
Yeah.
To do the squats, then I think the same amount would have finished.
Yeah. Hey Sarah, how are you? You are on mute. You're muted or your isn't working. Did you see Dallin Pepper, John? It looked like he had failed his last rep. What happened?
Yeah, he was struggling and he like went for it on the last 5. Like the 5 before that looked hard, but then he stepped forward and tried to finish it out, which Olivia looks similar to him, and Olivia made it through, and then and Dallin did not. I didn't see him put the bag down, so I didn't see like the moment of failure. But man, he was broken. He couldn't get it together after that.
Yeah, that was tough to watch. I would never expect Dallin and Sprague to end up within 5 spots of each other on the leaderboard.
Yeah, I mean, he looked to be crushing it too until the last 20. He was right there with Roman until the last 20.
Mm-hmm. And then you see Spencer Panchik. He is now fallen way off of the podium with a 35th place finish. The one thing, if we look at the overall leaderboard for the men, this is what I'm getting really excited about. Roman Krennikov, obviously. Smith. Well, yes, but Roman Krennikov with 455, Chandler Smith with 350, Adler with 343. If you scroll on down here, you go all the way down. Let's say even go down to Spencer. Spencer in 13th place is 45 points off the podium. Medeiros is in it. I mean, Colton is right. I mean, 41 points off the podium. Go down a little more.
No, okay. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going. Anywhere from 3 to 17. I think 3 to 17, all of those names can be mixed up in any order depending how the rest of the week goes. So the next 7 events, if you are 3 through 17, I think you can get up to third, just depending on how those events go for you. 3 through 17, all have a shot. And I mean, maybe 2 through 17. I'm saying 3 because I think Adler will eventually get second and then kind of run away with it. Run away with second by the last 2 events. I think first and second will be booked up, and then third's going to be just this mad race of a whole bunch of people.
Yeah. Sarah, you got your working? No. Nope. Can 105 points? We saw Ricky lose that last year. Is there a chance that gets lost at some point? Like, can anybody catch up to Roman?
Roman's going to have to do it to himself.
Like,
meaning
You'd have to have an Alexis Raptis-like performance on an
Yeah.
event.
Yeah. And right now, I don't think we see that.
I don't either. I mean, a ring muscle up event could come up, and if it's, I could see him doing badly in a ring muscle up event, but not to the point of you blow yourself up and you're 37th place or something like that. I don't think Roman's going to get 37th place in anything. I think a bad event for him would be 23rd.
Mhm.
And to make up 105 points, and really that's for Chandler to make up 105 points. So, I mean, if we really want to think about it, it's more like, 112 points. I just don't see it. I just don't see Adler making that kind of ground up on Roman.
Yeah. I think there's going to be strict ring muscle up event because teams did. I didn't watch that event, or if there's maybe going on now. I haven't seen. They don't always copy the teams and the individuals. It seems like they kind of do both. Oh, there it is. So right now, the bike row hold event with a seated muscle up and ring support.
I think it was yesterday. The strict.
No, right here. Yeah, it's the last event today for the teams.
But back to what you said, it would take 2 of those events for somebody to make up ground, not just one. It would take two of those events.
Yeah, he looks strong. He looks, I mean, again, we talked about Alexis up until this one being all events in the top 10. Roman is doing the same thing. So definitely in control and looking strong. Look at the bottom 30, one last event left. That cut line is looking, getting a little scarier now. Cole Sager, can he pull off a miracle? Derek?
I think
Where's he at?
He's at 34. For
He
Helena,
may get bigger. It's hard to see.
Yeah, for Helena, I think he could. I think it's one of the better workouts you could hope for to make that cut for him.
Yeah. Nothing. All right. I'm gonna drop Sarah and we'll keep moving forward. Hopefully John's internet also gets back. Otherwise, it's just me and you, Derek. I think Cole Grieshaber, the gymnast, I think is good in this one. I think this be one that he's going to do well in. I'm a little nervous for Henrik, Fabian, Alex. I think anything below that. So, Ant should do well on this one. I think Luke will be okay. A little nervous about Jack, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't even know about Luke, honestly. Again, with that injury, we've got a 400-meter run, three rounds of it. That could come into play,
Mm-hmm. I think this is gonna be a very exciting one to watch. Again, there's a lot of athletes. Cole has 1 point lead over Henrik,
Mm-hmm.
2 points over Fabian, 8 points over Callian. All right, Sarah, last chance.
No.
There
Last
you go.
chance.
You got it.
Yay.
You got it.
Awesome.
As we look at one event left, we have Helena. Do you see Cole Sager or anybody else being able to pull off a miracle, get this in and make it into the top 30?
You can't ever count Cole out. He can pull some home runs. So, he's going to go down swinging, I think.
You can't get him out in semifinals or regionals. It's wild to see him not really perform well I don't see it working out too well for him though. Il Principe 22, where is the run in Helena? So if you guys remember 2021, the clean and run event where they run outside of the stadium in a little bit of a loop and come on back in, I believe that's what they're going to be doing. So if you saw the workout ski bag, they had the pull-up bar right there in the middle of the floor. So I assume that's where they'll be doing the pull-ups. Do your pull-up or the bar muscle-ups, do the bar muscle-ups, go do your dumbbell snatch, and then head back out on the run. So yeah, Helena will be, I think this is going to be a pretty fun, exciting event. Sam Quant, again, one event right now, he moves you up. He's already up in the 23rd at this point. So Hopper's in 26th. We see that, again, the leaderboard still, everybody's so bunched up. It's I think when you think about the well-roundedness of this, you're seeing it in the leaderboard with everybody so close together. Would you agree, Derek?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I am a little surprised to see Koski in 7th. Now he's holding, he's 15th last year, I believe, overall, but he's looking good. I think he's gonna do well on Helena.
Yes, he should do well. Should do very well on this one. Eric Wise, why not a kettlebell snatch? 50-pound dumbbells seem very underwhelming. You're not alone.
Agreed.
Agreed.
It's a non-event, in my opinion. I mean, if I can do the 50 kettlebell snatches or dumbbell snatches unbroken without an issue, these guys can. Like, they're just going to be throwing it up. Unless they make them squat, which I don't think they are. Even the squat's going to be easy, but it just adds a little bit of a accuracy component on it and some balance and stuff. But I don't think it is. And so you're just going to see those guys ripping that dumbbell and just going super, super fast. Elise Carrodeo, it's so they have to go super fast. I get it. But I think even at 70-50, they all go unbroken.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I'm underestimating the 12 bar muscle ups, but I see it. They are just going to be flying through that. All right.
I wonder too if okay, so kettlebell swings are notoriously hard to judge, and if this was going to be on TV or something, they didn't want it to be like a no rep show, or something. That's the only thing I can justify. Like, maybe that's why they're using a lighter weight with just the kettlebell snatches because they didn't want the controversy of the kettlebell swings. So I don't know.
I think that's definitely the case. I mean, the kettlebell swings, if you watch the age group, even though I know it was really far away, but if you did see some highlights of it or whatnot, the standard was not what we normally expect of straight overhead dumbbell or the bottom of the bell facing straight up into the sky. It was more, I think it had to be like the butt of the bell had to be above your eyes if your arms locked out. Like, it was almost like an aggressive Russian kettlebell swing to some degree. And then some athletes like Sam Briggs, I think Stacy Tovar, were getting no repped and were held to a higher standard. So there were a lot of issues with a kettlebell swing. So I definitely agree with getting rid of that. 50, 35-pound dumbbell snatches is not what I'm really looking for. But
no.
It will be fast. It'll be who has 12 unbroken bar muscle ups, I think, for sure. And I think it will be exciting, in my opinion, of how that's going to work. Heading over to the women's leaderboard, back in first place, Laura Horvath, followed by Emma Lawson, Alex Gazan, and Alexis Raptis. Laura's there to win. I mean, she is the absolute fittest on earth right now. John? Oh, man.
Yeah. I mean, can you hear me?
Yep, we got you.
Okay. I mean, it's pretty convincing right now. And I'm hopeful, but I'm pretty sure the handstand push-up event's out of the way, so I don't see anything stopping her. I did not think Alexis Raptis was going to take this big of a hit, but yeah, I want to say when Laura wins, man, it's in a dominating way, intimidating. Even like if you're the other girls and you see everybody struggling and she comes out and is just waving people on, be like, you see how easy this crap is? These girls can't do nothing. Look at them still skiing. Like she was on the sandbag of the second one before most of them were done with the first one. It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she knows
I think
it too.
she's going to keep. It's going to keep on happening too. I think she's just going to continue to run away. The next events are not like home run hits like this, but she's not going to have a 30th place in anything. So she's going to keep continuing going on. I would not be surprised if Emma Lawson's the leader though after today. Just heads up. I think I wouldn't be shocked if Emma Lawson's wearing the white jersey going into the day 3. And then it's going to be the Laura show after the 5K.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the story on this one, I think, though, even though Laura crushed it, Barry McCockiner, how did Alexis bomb this so badly? Like, we didn't get to see a whole lot.
Squat.
She just couldn't squat. Was it a balance thing, or was it just too heavy for her, John?
I mean, I don't want to say it's too
or did
heavy
she run
for
out
her.
of gas? Did she run out of gas or just something? I don't know. It looked off.
She didn't even get 30.
Crazy.
Like, it was bad.
Yeah, it's not running out of gas because she only did 30 cows on the ski.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little bit of balance, but she just wasn't. I don't want to say she's not strong enough. It's only 125 pounds. And Katrin did great, so I don't really think it was a strength issue. Katrin's top end squat strength has never been great, right? I really don't know. I don't know why she was bad. Tyler would probably have more insight than I would on this because he knows her much more. It didn't. Yeah. This is a weakness we have not seen from her previously.
Mm-hmm.
So it's if anything, it's data high squat workout. She's probably not going to be great.
Yeah, odd object squatting for sure. Alex Gazan up in third. I mean, if you guys want to give me a hard time for picking Fikowski lower, we have to give Brian Friend a little bit of a hard time for Alex way down there. So she's showing
18th, right?
Yeah. So I think anytime you guys give me a hard time about Fikowski, I think the other Brian needs to get the same criticism. Gabby Magala.
I mean, Holly did too. She's doing way better than I thought she would do. Everybody was buying in on the Alex Gazan hype, and I was like, guys, we need to slow down because she was 21st last year, and I thought I had her. I have her like 10. I have her 10th, and I thought that was fair, and I thought that's what she would do. But right now, she's sitting third, sitting pretty. So I mean, I missed on her too. She's killing it.
Yeah. Ariel Lowen still hanging in there. Annie Thor's daughter. Emma Tall doing very, very well. Gabby Magala. I think there's still
she's
time.
going to keep on being. Yeah. Well, she's going to keep on being under the radar, never doing anything great. Going to get a bunch of 7th places, and then end up 5th or 6th. She's a little Panchik-esque in that.
Yeah. Going down. Danielle Brandon, again, another average finish on here. What did she finish overall?
17th.
17th, yeah. I mean, just something's not clicking for her this week.
It's been a lot of hard, heavy stuff, Brian. She's not good with that stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
She'll be good with Helen.
Yeah.
No, Helen, no.
Olivia Kerstetter. She is looking very impressive. Very.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't sure after seeing her at Rogue how well she would handle this type of volume. But she's hanging in there and showing, even on the events that we don't expect her to do great, she's still, she's managing. So that is a good one to watch. Is Paige Powers falling? Do we think, if you're going to say, where is she? 16th now? Is she end up higher, better or worse than where she is right now?
Better.
Derek?
Yeah, I think she'll improve a little bit. I don't know that she will break the top 10. We'll see. But I think she'll be better than 16th.
Sarah, break the tie? Or I guess they
I-
both said
I
both.
think-
Actually, we agreed. Yeah,
You did
but
say agree.
she can agree with this.
Yeah. I think she can move up. I think the more events, the more the events we have over the weekend, I mean, she's going to continue to stay in there. It's just a matter of like, can she hang with those top dogs? I don't know yet.
Yeah, I have some concerns with Helena. I have concerns with the 5K run. So if she does do better, she's gonna have to do well in the Olympic total and whatever else is coming forward. But I'm worried that she's going to be near that 20th, 21st spot. Maybe even possibly after this Helena, and then she'll have to fight to come back up. We started the show, John, with Ellie Turner. I don't know if you saw this, but she told her judge on the live stream that she has a bad back. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, she did fine.
She did fine, but she could not bend over to grab her scorecard. So
Yeah.
19th is still good. Right now it's about where she finished last year, but if that thing tightens up overnight, she's gonna be in a world of hurt.
Yeah, but you got Helena. I actually think Helena won't affect her at all. And then the 5K is the morning run, so it's not like there's anything hard or heavy. And then we were thinking gymnastics for event 8. We just don't know, but we think that's what it's going to be. So she's going to have a,
but none of those are good for her though.
No, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
That's the problem.
Then she's screwed, Brian. What do you want me to say?
Yeah.
She's not going to do good the rest of the day.
I think she's
that
toast.
It'll be a
total-
bad
that
time for
total-
Ellie Turner.
Yeah, that total's going to be rough.
I think it's impressive what Olivia is doing. It's just showing like she's really capitalizing on the events that she needs to do well on, especially her rookie year. And I'm surprised that Ellie and some of the bigger girls are not capitalizing on the events that they know they can hit a home run on. It's kind of like some of the guys as well. So that's what I'm impressed with Olivia. She's really capitalizing and maximizing her points on the events that she knows she can win this year, especially in a rookie season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a good point. Like you've seen the pig favored the stronger athletes, the ski bag favored the stronger athletes, and like overall, you need high power right now through a lot of these things, yet the strongest of the athletes aren't always doing the best. It's like you have to have a requisite amount of strength, but it's going to be balanced more towards, I think, kind of more of the gymnastics is kind of near the top right now, which is kind of an interesting thing. Going down to the cut line, Sydney Wells is flirting with the cut. So is Fee Sagafi, Shelby Neal. Kelly Baker has worked her way back up into the top 30, John. So good call on that. I was impressed with Ella Wunger. She has got to be one of the smaller athletes, I think. And she did very well. I guess maybe not one of the smaller athletes.
155?
Yeah. She looks like she's one of the smaller athletes on the floor, but apparently not. I mean, Emma McQuaid is falling down. I don't. You look at this list on the women's side. I don't really think that we look at the cut and we get too disappointed as these women. They've shown that they're not at the tier of the others. Would you agree with that?
Who?
You, John.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're in the bottom 30, you're not in the same tier as the top 30. What? Yes.
Well, just the fact that we're not going to look back and go, man, I wish they had been able to. We really wish we had seen them lift or run a 5K. That was always a talk of it.
You're saying,
right?
Yeah. No. No, I don't see any specialists in the bottom 30 that could have made a difference in the total or the 5K.
Yeah. Adam S. You should be impressed with Ellie for being 1 out of 5, fifth out of finishing 40 if she can't bend down. I mean, completely agree with that. But I don't think she is going to be able to continue that on. She's not strong at gymnastics.
We're talking about her on the other events,
Yeah.
like the events coming up, and Like the next like 4 events are not going to be great for her.
Mm-hmm.
And then the total, which could have been okay, her back's hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So then she's going to be tentative, to say the least.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, Emily DeRoy down there in 40th. I think I know there's a lot of people banged up, but I think the good news right now is really no one's withdrawn, which is a good thing. We had quite a few last year, which is always a bummer to see, at least on the individual side. Turning our focus to Helena, 3 rounds, 400-meter run, 12 bar muscle ups, 21 dumbbell snatch. It's going to be fast. It's going to be, who can run the fastest and do 12 unbroken bar muscle ups. Do we see all 12 go unbroken? Derek?
No, I don't think you have to, depending on how good of a runner you are. I think you'll see some try. I think you'll see some that do it well. I think Lawson's going to do really good on this event. Yeah, but I mean that's going to be this is one of those events that it's like, of those who go unbroken, how bad are they willing to suffer on that 400? That's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tyler, where have you been?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Your turn.
Okay, it's glitchy for me. I've gotten I've gotten caught up a lot. But that last event was super interesting. I don't know. It was one of the more exciting events, I think. I don't know where you guys are in the conversation. I just was able to get up here.
No, I appreciate you jumping on. You, from your perspective, were you're the training think tank insider, Alexis Raptis, struggling mightily. Alexis Raptis struggling on the squats. Did you run into anybody from training think tank or have any insight into that?
Yeah, that was going to be a known weakness workout for her. I talked to several people around her, and they were worried about her cycle rate on the squats. Her cycle rate on squats is usually kind of slow. It was surprising how much she struggled getting the sandbag into proper placement, but overall, I mean, that was a known hit. But they're completely confident in the Helena workout.
Yeah.
So take your lump and go on down the road. I mean, everybody's going to take a hit, and she knew that coming in. So whatever,
Yeah. Gonna answer a question here. Simon Hernandez, a little late. What happened to Ellie? We don't know what happened. All we know is that she told her judge when she finished that she couldn't bend over to grab the scorecard to sign, and that she said that she has a bad back. So she is not at 100% capacity. Hey, Tyler, do you have Heat 1 pulled up?
Yeah.
Why don't you look at the shot caller and tell me the top 10 on that one for me? I'd be really curious to know who's in the top 10.
Oh, wait! I had the pro league open, and I was like, "Are you serious?" No. But it was all my friends, and I was like, "How is this possible?"
No, the shot caller world champ. I'd be curious to know who's in the top 10.
Champ. Let it load. Continue, and I'll tell you when it updates.
I think John dropped off for a certain reason. I'm not gonna spoil.
I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything. Like Hopper is ruining my entire week here. like it was a joke at first, and now it's, oh man, you're in 9th overall.
I'm in 9th place overall. I am.
That's amazing.
I'm on fire. How many are there? 4,000 something.
Yeah. Wait a minute. It just updated. Are you in 9th place overall?
I was, unless somebody else messed up the leaderboard.
They could have.
I hope not. Either way, I think I'm doing just fine.
Doing really well. Let me look it back up.
Who did everybody have a ski bag? Was it Roman and Laura? Or how many people had?
That's who I picked.
Roman and Laura. I had Colton. so that helps my my scores.
I
How
don't really want to talk about mine. I mean, I said Roman, but then I was like, you know what? Let's just go with Hopper. So that was.
I mean, I get.
I feel you.
It was such a smart pick on any other level.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say what that surprised me more than anything, how much squat cycle rate was a big determinant. But it's obvious if you think about it after. You can't make that much time on the ski.
Right.
You can only lose time, but it's still not going to be that much. You had your major leaders come off, and then
Y'all talking about my pick on Colton?
I'm talking about where you are on the main leaderboard. You're not in the top 10, John.
The major definer was the squat cycle speed. I mean, we saw that with Chandler. Like, he just cranked him out, and the same thing with No Way. Really?
Yeah, Renee, she's in first place.
Renee's in first?
982 points. That is a lot of points. So
It's the
she
internet.
is. Yeah,
you're gonna have to be the Heat 1 correspondent there.
Yeah,
It's
Renee K. So confirmed, unless she has the exact same name. First place with 982 points. So I don't see Savon on here anywhere. I don't see you, Tyler. Derek,
yeah. I'm
Derek,
nowhere.
Sarah Beth. I don't
Listen,
see
Renee can have my little square on this thing at this point. You know,
she knows who to listen to and who not to. Apparently, if she's watching the show,
we'll have to do that. I think on maybe if you're in the lead on Saturday night, maybe Sunday morning we can have you on and talk to you and let you gloat for like 5 minutes, and then we'll cut you off. We'll give you the horn.
Yeah. I think Michael Hoffman, the app keeps crashing every time he checks points. I mean, I think this thing it's going through the roof. I think the bandwidth you guys are taking up is not expected at all, which is awesome.
It has to do with the amount of cues. We did not expect it. I think everybody's checking at every notification. Every time leaderboards are updated, I think everybody's checking. They're just staying in there. And things are being fixed. It's just, man, we did not project this amount of we plotted it out for 3,000, and I think we're around 5. So,
and then just I think the notifications really help, right? Like to remind people to jump in there, to say that this leaderboard has been updated. Like, oh, I want to see where I am now, right? Or, oh, I better go change my pick because it's 10 minutes in, and then you make mistakes like taking out Olivia Kerstetter and subbing somebody else in. So
one thing that we did get a couple slaps for, that was actually good. Yeah, thank you. I mean, seriously. But we were sending out notifications on who the winner was, and people were like, hey, don't do that, because then it's a spoiler for us. And I was like, okay, that's a good point. Like, I felt like people would want to know, but that's also a good point. They want to know when they see it. So we stopped.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to stop sending out that notification. So
yeah.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. You're in ninth, and Renee's in first.
Yeah. 100 points to my score. I'm pretty sure I'm up there.
Blade Walker, he let the experts influence a couple of last minute changes. It depends on who you listen to. Depends on who you listen to.
It's really easy to do when you're here, because you hear so much chatter about like so and so is going to do good at this workout, or Colton's saying he's going to win. Like, I've fallen to that, and I'm not going to do that anymore. Like, it's just I have to rely on my stats.
I don't know. He called it this time, and it was legit. That was impressive.
Yeah. Jared Graybill's in 21st. Shout out to Jared Graybill.
Yeah, Jared's doing pretty well up there. I saw that as I scrolled down a little bit. 1999 from Sezi. Thanks so much. Thanks for these shows, Spin and Team, and the app is awesome. So
thank you.
Thanks to you too, Tyler.
You're welcome for that.
Yeah.
1999 there.
What is what's the chatter on Helena? What have you heard going into this one?
The thing that I've noticed is that fans are very confused about where it's being run. I think people from home actually know more than people on site. So it's going on in the Coliseum being run. The run goes out and around and then back in. Sort of like that clean,
the clean
and run workout from a couple years ago. So that's another thing. And then there is some real like turmoil about the fact that it's going to be on ESPN, because people on site who can't get in the Coliseum want to watch it. But then it's like, basically you have to go to the Mayhem tent because they're the only ones who are going to air it on ESPN live.
Really? Do they not have any like is the beer garden have anything or anything?
The beer garden doesn't. I think the beer garden does, but that place gets packed, and so it's the beer garden or the Mayhem tent, and the Mayhem tent's tiny. I mean, it's not tiny; it's just not like it's going to hold maybe 200 people.
Mm-hmm.
So,
do we know if the track?
Yeah, that's what I've noticed.
Do you know if the track will have access? Like, will fans be able to stand around the track, or will it be kind of more of a closed off path? Do you know?
No, so it's. I'll speak to this to you, Spin, and then I'll translate for everybody else at home. So you know how there's the RV park and then the Coliseum.
Yeah.
There's a space between there, and it's usually fenced off. And so they've rerouted the fence. They started this morning. It became very obvious, like all the fence were being moved. It looked like Harry Potter when all the stairs are moving. They moved all the fences around, and they started creating the loop. And so that's where it is. For people at home, it's just like it's attached to the Coliseum. It's not a very long loop, but I think it's going to look visually short, and people aren't going to be able to stand around, I don't think.
Yeah. So if we take a look here,
because
so here's North Park is out here, right? And so you walk in here. So you're saying they run out to the back and around?
No, you see that gravel spot to the north?
Yep. Right around here.
Yep. So right there, that parking lot right there is where they're going to run, and that's all usually fenced off.
Okay, so they go in and just around this little gravel area and then come on back in.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty small loop. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I wish they had a chance. Little bit here and there. But you do bring a you do bring a good point up about ESPN. So if you are at home watching, ESPN Plus has every event, just like it would be the regular YouTube live stream. If you go onto ESPN, at least what they did yesterday, it was only the final heat. And so if you look at the schedule today, you'll see that the men go and then the women go, and then there's one more segment for the men. My guess is what that is that the final heat will be delayed until after the women's final heat. That way ESPN can kind of put it all together. So if you want to catch all the heats, I would recommend probably going to ESPN Plus instead. And then anybody that does have a VPN, I was told that, like YouTube France or things like that, it's blocked in the United States, but if you can go get a VPN that goes through another country, if you go to like YouTube France or probably any of the other country YouTube channels, you can capture it and just go straight to YouTube. But for most of us, it worked great if you get ESPN Plus on a trial basis to watch it that way. Will the final event from today in event 3 ever be uploaded to YouTube? So what I was told was 12 hours after it was supposed to be uploaded to YouTube. I've not checked. It doesn't sound like it has been. So not sure at this point. I sure hope they do. ESPN's already covered it. So, if you want to go back, hopefully they have that archived some way.
Can I just say that I'm so excited that they're running this and not on assault runners? Even no matter what the course is, I'm just glad we're going to see a foot race, and it's I feel like it's going to be we didn't get to get into this because Tyler jumped on, but I do feel like you have to be unbroken if you want.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. If you want a top score, you have to be
No, I'm
unbroken.
just kidding.
and it comes down to the 400s. And that's still true of Helen, but it's going to be true of Helena too. So, but I love that it's going to be like a foot race.
Yeah. Renata, they don't have a trial. At least I didn't see. I don't think they have a free trial. What I have is the Hulu Plus package with Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN, which does include the ESPN Plus. So it's probably not free, but it is, if you did I don't know if it's $12 a month or whatever, you do that and then cancel it after the games was over and get that. ESPN 10 Plus ESPN Plus is just $10 a month, just signed up. So that one, interesting. So if we look at the heat sheets that they have out here, heats of 8. So we'll have 8 or 5 heats going on. And so this is the 4th heat for the men, and the 5th heat. So 7:38, 6 o'clock is the 4th. So an hour and a half break between the 4th and the 5th heat for the men, and then the women. I just have the men pulled up. Women's test 6. So there's 5 heats on this one. So it's gonna be a little bit longer than normal. So you look at the next to last heat. I mean, you have Paige Powers, Karen Freyova, Katrin David's daughter, Bethany Flores, Jamie Simmons, Emily Rolfe, Danielle Brandon, and Olivia Kerstetter. So yeah, smaller heats, which will be, I guess, make it a little bit easier to run in and out of the Coliseum. That's probably why they're doing that one. All right, predictions, guys. Who on the men's side are we calling for Helena? Tyler, we'll start with you before your internet goes away.
All right. Cave Dastro asked the athletes with the highest number of percentage of picks. That would be Justin Medeiros for the men. He only has 20% though. This one's actually spread out quite a bit, and then he's followed by Lazar, and then Pat Vellner right behind him. And then I'll say the women, Emma Lawson's the highest pick, and I think she's 22%. Danielle Brandon next, and then Alexis Raptist. Why?
Everybody put them in the 5.
Yeah.
Lazar and Emma.
Yeah.
Lazar.
So anyway, it Emma for the 5K. So
It's the first one that got announced.
I haven't made my picks yet. I've actually started trying to do like a new way of looking at it because the fans are so accurate. I've been looking at
You just going with the fans?
Voting for, and then kind of like making more sense out of that. Sometimes the fans, I'm like, they're changed to Jason, and I'm totally wrong. But I would say it's probably, for me, I think I will play Vellner on this. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll play Vellner on this. I know that's a safe pick, but I haven't used him yet. I've been saving him, and I can start we're somewhere halfway between the competition. And so I think it's safe to start playing him. He's a good runner, definitely good at gymnastics, and then he's got huge hands. Yeah. So being able to grip the kettlebell, not a problem.
Just a dumbbell. That's easy.
On the our bar muscle ups.
Yeah, dumbbells are
dumbbell.
Easy.
Yeah. Lazar. Yeah, John picks Lazar.
Sarah Beth, who do you got?
And then for the women, go ahead.
You go ahead.
We're going men, so then we'll do the women after that. So Tyler's just getting run away.
I love Lazar for this as well. I think this could be, his, charge up the leaderboard or whatever you want to call it, where he really pulls out of first place. I like it. Yeah.
Derek?
I'm going to go Lazar. I am waffling back and forth just to be different. I would say I'm also, I really do. I think Koski is going to do really well on this. But I think I'll go with Lazar because last time I was dead wrong about Hopper. So
the Tony Tone, I'm not I don't know if this is confirmed, but he thinks that Lazar is injured with an elbow injury. Have not seen anything with that. Could explain why he's not up at the leaderboard as much as we would have expected him to.
He said he said it was mainly affecting his front rack, but I mean, with adrenaline, I don't think that that's gonna play a factor right now.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's
just speculation, but
that does cause some concern. I have Lazar in there. I may have to make a last minute change based off of that. So the Tony Tone, if I change out and he does well, it's your fault. I'm going to go with Jeff Adler on this. A little nervous about the bar muscle ups, but I'm hoping that he shored that up. He's great at running, and is feeling hot right now. Women, Tyler, I know you're ready.
My heart wants to say Alexis Raptis.
For this next one?
Yeah.
Do it.
I haven't played her yet. I've been so conservative.
Alexis Raptis. Okay.
That's what my heart wants to say. The other part of me kind of wants to say Emma Carey.
Mm-hmm.
I think she keeps coming out hot. She's going to feel good after the last event that we just had. And this is another place that she can make some money. So, yeah.
Ask John about Sydney Wells and her bar muscle ups.
Oh, no.
Sydney Wells and her bar muscle ups.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
I think she'll be all right. She ain't going to win the event, but she'll be all right.
Can she go unbroken, John?
Can she go unbroken?
I think that was a no.
Oh.
No.
Do you want to do it? You want to do it?
So
They're so far behind.
Who do you got for the women, John?
I have Emma Lawson.
Emma Lawson.
Like Tyler said, I think it's safe to start using the good girls. This is where the real players of that fantasy game kind of come out to play. The first 2 days, you're not supposed to be in the lead.
Where are you right now, John?
I think I'm
90 something.
93rd.
Yeah.
93rd.
Okay, that's not bad. Not bad.
No, it's. I mean, like.
I think I'm winning in the pro league.
Yeah.
The pro league, because you have to add 100 points to mine. It's not updated, but for one of my Laura pick on event 2 isn't in there. But
in the regular league, the points are so thin between people because a lot of people have made all the same picks right now, and so it's really going to start to stagger out. But if you're in the top, like Chase was in the top 200 for a while. It was funny. I actually walked in the stadium, and I hadn't seen Chase yet. And I walked up behind him, and he had his phone out. It was before the event started.
Setting his picks?
He was setting his picks. I was like, gotcha.
I know we're talking about the women, but on the men, any chance Oldest does well?
yeah, I think Oldest will do well for sure. I don't know if he goes unbroken on the bar muscle ups, but if he does, then yeah. If he goes unbroken on the bar muscle ups, which I don't know his bar muscle up ability straight up, I don't. But he is one of the best runners in the field. And he loves coming out hot.
And he is good at gymnastics.
Kind of the reason it's kind of the reason I picked Lazar. I thought Lazar would do the same thing, and I know he can hold on the muscle ups.
Yeah, I do like Oldest. He is a sneaky pick.
Yeah.
And just like we picked Elisa Fuliano in the gymnastics, like it's one that you're not going to probably go, I wish I had picked him again. Or if you pick 100%. If you pick him in the 5K tomorrow, which I think he will do well as well. Like you're not going to say, oh, I need him for the third time. So that's one that if you don't want to use a pick on somebody that's a top athlete, that might be worth thinking about. Sarah Beth, for the women.
I really like Emma Lawson. I like Emma Carey too, but she's shown me what I didn't get to the last recap, but I feel like she comes out with reckless abandon, and sometimes it's hard for her to like hold on. So I do think Emma Lawson has a lot better composure under pressure right now, and Emma Carey is still learning that.
Yeah.
Not taking away from anything that she's done because she is still amazing, but that reckless abandon kind of catches up with her. But Emma Lawson, I think, for this one.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sarah Beth, where are you from?
Alabama.
Oh. we were making bets on we were trying to pick the accent.
Yeah.
I said, is it Northern Alabama?
It is.
Got it. That counts. Northern
No,
Georgia.
I'll give
Northern
it to
Georgia's
you.
the
I'll
same.
give it to you. I'll give it to you.
Yep.
Tyler's good with that.
Yes.
Tyler's been everywhere though. So I'm in a tough spot because I have already picked Emma Lawson for the bike. So I like Emma for this one, just from the bar muscle up standpoint. I'm just not sure if I want to use her again with any more coming up, which makes this very tricky.
I'm in the same predicament because I did pick her for the bike. So
pick Sydney,
yeah.
Brian.
You want me to pick Sydney?
Hey, I went out on a limb on Colton, didn't I? I was
Which
like,
one? On what?
The ski bag.
He called it. There was no going out on the limb
Nobody
on
else
that
was
one.
picking him. I was the only one that was saying, "Hey, I think he's going to win it." All y'all were saying, "Well, Nick Matthews is stronger," and blah blah blah. Or you didn't say it on the podcast.
I didn't. I kept him on here. I thought it was
talking about your picks.
You had the goon squad over here. Caleb, Taylor, Will, they're all giggling.
No, go out on a limb. Pick Sydney for this one. You'll be really happy if she does well.
I would be happy if she does well. I'm a little nervous about bar muscle ups. If it was chest to bar pull ups all day long.
Taylor shook his head. He said, "Oh my god."
He picks Laura to not win.
Yeah, that's what he does.
I want to know from John, so I think you have to go unbroken on this to have a good time. You don't think so?
No, I think you do.
Okay.
No,
yeah.
I'm giving him crap because he wants to pick Sydney, but he's not letting himself pick Sydney.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, you had just said earlier that you could break it up maybe, and I was like, I don't think you can.
No,
at this
to
point,
win, absolutely not.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And 12 bar muscle ups is not. I don't feel like that's a sticky
I bet the
point,
third one gets
honestly.
juicy.
Yeah. I mean, if you're running your heart out, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't pace this.
I will say, if Sydney goes unbroken on all 3 rounds, though, I think she'd be very, very hard to beat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's.
Yes.
Joey Piero, Noah. If you want to see somebody win the first 400, that's going to be Noah. I like his bar muscle ups. I'm just afraid he's going to go out so hot that he has zero chance.
I can see that too.
Welcome back. Did you guys see Noah? You like Noah in this one?
I think he'll win the first round.
That's what I just said. I said if you want to see somebody win the first 400 meters, you got it.
And that's what I think about Emma Carey as well. She'll probably win the first round.
Yeah.
You're done with it?
No, I'll be right back.
I am going to go with Danielle Brandon on this one.
Okay.
That's a good pick.
I think good runner, good with gymnastics. I think she can hold it down for the go unbroken. So that's my pick on this one. Where'd Tyler go?
He's talking to some girl.
No, okay.
That's not Jeanette.
Jeez, Jeanette.
I don't know who it is.
Father JD Mathern. No Emily Rolfe.
Nope.
No. I think she's best at the 5K type runs, not the 400 meter runs. Could be wrong, but that's kind of my.
Yeah, she could win. I don't know her bar muscle up ability enough to bank on her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm banking on the girls that I know will go unbroken on the bar muscle ups. And then if one of the fast runners like Sydney, Danielle, Emily, if they can go unbroken, then they'll probably win. But I don't want to bank on that. I'd rather bank on a girl who I know will go unbroken and is probably still going to be good, run fast, right? That's the rationale.
Yeah. Teams are going. When does this event go? It starts at 5:15. So I think we're kind of covered it. Let you guys go catch a little bit of the team final heat, and then we'll be back again. Looks like right around 8:00 Central Time for the daily recap. So, guys, thanks for joining, and we will see you in a few hours. Bye-bye.
See y'all later.